Hi guys, Suzanne here with the Health and Fitness Project. Today is Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. And today is day 2 of the 90-day Health and Fitness Project Challenge. So hopefully you're joining me. And if you are, let's go over the rules again. Stick to a diet. We're going to do this for 90 days, or I'm going to do it for 90 days. I actually started yesterday. I hope you will join me. I saw that a few people did say they were in, and I'm sure there's others of you that didn't say you were in the comments, but are in, because I know how that goes. I'm usually not a commenter either, but thank you for everyone who has commented. I love comments. Comments are awesome. So let's go back over the rules. I started yesterday. You can start today. You can start tomorrow. You can start whenever you want. I'm going to end up finishing on November 11th. And the rules are stick to a diet plan, whatever that diet plan may be. You could do keto, you could do paleo, you could do Whole30, you could count calories, you could do macros, you could do Weight Watchers, whatever you want. Just stick to something. And you're going to want to be in a calorie deficit. And everybody's body is different, obviously. And there is a website called the TDEEcalculator.net, where you can plug in all your information, your age, your weight, how much activity you get, and it'll give you how many calories you need to sustain your weight, how many calories you need to lose weight, how many calories you need if you wanted to bulk up. Let's just say you wanted to gain more muscle. It'll give you all that information on there, and that's where you probably need to start. That's where I started. And that's how I came with how I'm going to do my diet. Is I'm going to stick to mostly a whole diet. I'm going to stay away from processed foods as much as possible and be within a calorie range that I have determined from the TDEE calculator. So you might want to take a look at that if you're trying to figure out how many calories you need to have. Or you could do something like what Precision Nutrition says, where basically you have your plate is broken up into different portions. The portion that you have of your proteins is the size of the palm of your hand. So size of the palm of your hand. Your vegetables, a fist. Your carbohydrates, a cupped fist. And then thumb is the size, the fat is the size of the thumb. You could do something like that if you don't want to count calories. So whatever you do, just stick to it. And basically, we know we need to stay away from things. We are going to stay away from alcohol for sure. We also need to stay away, from things like ice cream and cookies and things like that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is exercise for 30 to 45 minutes every single day. And remember, the exercise can be whatever you want. It can be, I do suggest you do cardio or walking and some weight training. But to get in 7 days a week, you're probably not going to want to be doing those every single day. So other things, like I'm going to be golfing usually 1 day a week, golf, yoga, stretching, any type of class at the gym, all those things will count. So it's basically 30 to 45 minutes of movement every single day. And then the next thing is water. And I said 3 liters of water, but if you're here in the United States, a liter pretty much is the same. Like this thing is a liter and it's 32 ounces. So basically if you drink 3 of these, you are getting about 100 ounces of water, give or take. So if you drink 4 of these, that'd be closer to 128 ounces of water, which would be closer to a gallon. So 3 to 4 of these a day. And then meditate every day. I used to use a couple apps. Now I meditate with a couple of YouTube videos. There's plenty of videos on YouTube. There's lots of apps out there. I know Deepak Chopra has an app that has meditation. I think they still have some free ones, but there's lots of those out there. There's also some timers you can use, but YouTube has tons of great meditations. You could check that out. And that would be from 5 to 15 minutes a day or whatever. And then read 10 pages of a book every day, hopefully some sort of self-help book. So I picked out a few. As you can see behind me, I'm a big reader, and all of these books are self-help. I think mostly on this side they all are, or what would you call them? Self-improvement. On this side, some of them are older, like vintage books and some other things as well. But some of the books that I have read in the past that are pretty cool, The Biology of Belief. This one's very interesting. And it talks about how our body listens to our thoughts. So be careful what you think. If you keep thinking, I'm tired, then you'll be tired. I'm sick, you'll be sick. So be careful what you think. Another one that I really liked that I read quite a while ago when I used to be in a book club with a bunch of ladies The Untethered Soul. This is a really good one too. And I'll link all of these in the written part of, what do you call it? The transcripts? I don't even know. I need to learn these things about YouTube. The transcripts, I'll link all these books in the transcripts. And then this is a really great book too, Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill, more about mindset. And then Atomic Habits. Most of you have probably heard of this one. This is about habits, and this is a great one as well, especially for weight loss, etc. And then I'll do a shameless plug if you're also interested. I am an author, and this is the name of my book, Nourish to Flourish. If you're interested in that, could be one of your books. Obviously, I've read it, and I've reread it after I wrote it too, believe it or not. It's pretty funny because when I reread it, I'm like, wow, who wrote that? Who wrote that? That was pretty good advice. That's pretty funny. But anyway, so those are just some examples of books. So just 10 pages a day. I think right now, and the book I'm reading right now is The Power of Silence by Carlos Castaneda, and it's over there and I can't show it to you, but I'll show it to you next time. And then the last thing is the photo. And that's once a week though, once a week, not every day, like on the 75 hard. So today I took my photos, front, side, back. I also took a little video, and I took my measurements. You might want to take your measurements too at the beginning of the challenge so you can see how well you've done at the end of the challenge. So that's basically the crux of the 90-day health and fitness project challenge. I started yesterday. You can start today. You can start tomorrow. You can start whenever you want. I hope some more people will join me. And on this channel, what I hope to do is, it is the health and fitness challenge. I'm focused right now on releasing some weight, but there's so much more to health and fitness. So I want to talk about all sorts of stuff on here. I mean, health also includes how much you sleep, right? Health includes if you take supplements. I'm a big supplement person. I could show you some of the supplements that I take. Health, it also includes taking relaxation time. Learning to deal with our thoughts and our mindset and what I call our rants, repetitive automatic negative thoughts, and our monkey mind. And it's learning how to deal with all those things. And that's how we be successful in life. And that's how we be happier. And that's what this whole channel is about, basically, is being a happier person, being healthy, being fit. And we're a project. This is a project. So I'm here again. It's Monday, so I come here every Monday. And again, I hope you will join me on the 90-day challenge that we're going to be doing for the next 90 days. And those were the rules that I just told you. And I guess, need to do my check-in for the week, which was a little disappointing. I was up a couple pounds, actually. And I think it's because I took a little bit of license to I think I had some ice cream and a couple of things over the weekend, knowing I was going to be starting, well, not over the weekend, because I started the challenge yesterday, but I think I did this on Saturday. Knowing I'd be starting the challenge today, which again is something that I need to get away from. And that's one of the things I really don't like about challenges, is because if you are of that diet mentality, like I have been, and maybe you guys have been for so many years, especially if you grew up in the same time as me, if you're around my age, it was all about diet. Well, it's actually gotten worse over the years. It's all there's a new diet every week, right? And they all promise immediate weight loss, which finally I figured out is not going to happen. It has to be a slow, steady change of your habits. You can't binge and start over, But that's why I sort of was hesitant to do this challenge, but I just think it's a fun thing, and it's a camaraderie thing, and it's good for keeping me accountable. And then also having a starting point. When I started this channel, I did weigh myself, but I didn't take measurements. I didn't take photos. So now I've taken those photos and those measurements. So in 90 days, we will see what the outcome has been of sticking to this and sticking to the 30 to 45 minutes of exercise or movement a day, which is going to be big, and then sticking to an eating plan. Just trying to eat healthier, make healthier choices. Another thing that's going to be a little bit different about this challenge than that 75 hard challenge is you don't have to start over if you mess up. Just pick yourself up. Don't even wait till the next day, the next meal. Just start over immediately. If you have a piece of cake, today's Labor Day. I mean, maybe this wasn't a good day to start. Although it is pretty easy to go to a barbecue and eat pretty decent food. Hey, and literally, homemade potato salad is whole food. It's just how much you're going to eat of it. So that would be another rule that we're going to have too, is just pick yourself back up as soon as possible. You don't have to start over. 90 days, that's 90 days, period. It's not 90 days starting over like it is with the 75 hard. But here I am. It is my second day of the 90-day challenge. How are you guys doing? Those of you that have joined, curious to know how you're doing. Did you get your measurements done? Did you take your weight? Did you take some photos, etc.? One of the cool things too that I have is I think it's called a Hume scale, and it actually not only tells me my weight, but it tells me my muscle mass, my water. It's sort of like an in-body in a scale. So it tells me my muscle mass, which is important because we don't want to lose muscle. We want to keep our muscle, especially the older we get. We want to keep our muscle as much as we can. And that's why some of these weight loss drugs out there, as good as they may sound, it's another silly quick fix. It's not going to work. Unfortunately, I think a lot of these people that are taking these things, I don't know where they're going to be in 6 months. They might be worse off. We just have to learn how to eat properly and listen to our hunger cues, which has been very interesting since I have started this. It's been like about 6 weeks now that I've been coming on here. And since I've been really concentrating on this, one of the biggest things I've noticed is I actually feel my hunger and I feel my fullness. And before I started this, I didn't. I'd be like, I can't tell if I'm hungry. I would eat, and I wouldn't be full until later when I wouldn't feel good. But now I literally feel the fullness pretty quickly after eating, and I'll be hungry. Like this morning when I woke up, I was hungry, which I haven't felt that in a long time. So that's one of the things too that I'm hoping that this challenge will help us do, is to really listen to our bodies. Listen to, am I really hungry? You know what I mean? How's this going to make me feel if I eat that? And that's one of the things that has deterred me a couple times from eating things. I literally was at Trader Joe's and I picked up, it was like this apple tart thing, because anything seasonal at Trader Joe's that's sweet, it's like, oh my God, it's not going to be here next year, next week. Well, it's going to be here next week. It might not be here next week. I better get it and I better eat it. You know, I mean, that's that kind of what is scarcity mentality, which is something that I find too that I need to work on. And maybe that's something you need to work on too. But anyway, so I had this in my cart and I'm like, Suzanne, you don't need that. If you want something sweet, you already made healthy banana muffins. And they had tons of chia seeds in them, and they have flax seeds in them, and they're made with bananas and almond flour and super delicious and super healthy. So I put those things back and I said, no, if you want something sweet, you go home and you have that. You have that. You don't need this. You'll feel bad after you eat it. So I literally talked myself down off the cliff. And I don't regret not buying those things at all. But a lot of times, especially around this time of year, it's the pumpkin spice time. You know what? Pumpkin. You can make your own pumpkin spice latte at home. You don't need a Starbucks pumpkin spice latte, right? You can make your own pumpkin muffins. And I actually have a recipe for keto pumpkin muffins that are like the pumpkin muffins that they have at Starbucks, which are delicious. And they're made with healthy ingredients. Of course, if you do have these types of sweet treats, you're going to want to make sure they fit into your calories or macro goals or whatever, because my goal here is to release some weight in the 90 days. Maybe your goal is just to increase your exercise. Maybe your goal is just to eat healthier. Whatever it is, let's just stick to it. Maybe your goal is just to drink the water. Maybe your goal is to meditate, to read the pages. I mean, maybe it's all of it, which I hope it is, because that's what I'm trying to do, is just really improve the quality of my life through this challenge. So hopefully you guys are doing good today on this Labor Day. And I'm just checking in as I do every Monday. And I will be back again next Monday to tell you how it's going on the 90-day challenge. I'm thinking about doing 2 videos a week. We'll see how that goes. I'm also thinking about starting to edit my videos and all that fun stuff. So I'm looking into it. So hopefully in the future, you'll see a little bit more exciting videos than just me here talking. I don't know. Is that something you'd be interested in? Because one of the things I was thinking about while I was doing my talk last week was it would be nice to have a graphic of what the rules are of the challenge instead of just having to jot them down with me while I'm talking. And again, I give you the rules again today with no graphics. So that's something I'm going to look into doing for the future. Hopefully that's something that you will feel is worthwhile and helpful as well. So anyway, I have talked far too long now. Let me let you get back to your Labor Day festivities, and I will see you all next week.